What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Vampy Book Club. You guys know I can't get this started without my main man. Well, we're missing one, but I always can count on B to show up. What's going on?
What's up, man? We're missing Dale, but you know what? Me and Jeff are here to rock out.
Yeah,
Number, 35 or 45?
45. And I got some history on this cover. So it was supposed to be on a Famous Monsters cover, and it was based on a actor from the 1950s or 1920s, something like that. Warner Krause. So this is the actor, Warner Krause. And then it was based on one of his movies called, that's what the movie's name was. And pretty much you can see, yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely see an homage to this movie poster here for sure.
Pretty much. The guy is a dead ringer for his character. And then it was a German expressionist film. So it was a German expressionist film.
Interesting. It's like a Frankenstein here type of character.
And the Frankenstein was based on Boris Karloff. That's who it's based off of. The Frankenstein on the table. So Boris Karloff, and everything about this cover was supposed to be on a Famous Monsters 186 because there was a little article about the movie in it.
Interesting. The cover is a little bit off because of the shadow is the needle's pointing the other way right here. But still cool detail. I mean, definitely a good horror cover right here.
Right.
And probably Warren, they maybe needed the cover. I don't know. But
a cover, what everybody thinks a cover was late. They think a cover was late. So they used this one, and then what St. Julian says, he doesn't know why Warren ended up using it for 44 because he had it for 180, 186, but because Ken Kelly and some other people did the Famous Monsters cover, he might have liked somebody else's cover better for that issue and used it. And then, but probably around this time was when he was going into like his bankruptcy type time.
Oh, okay.
So he was probably trying to save money somewhere. So he probably went, maybe I shouldn't ask somebody to go do me a cover since I already got this St. Julian cover sitting here, saying this painting sitting here. Might as well use it for something. So yeah, it was used out of the country. It was used on 2 titles, but it was never used on a Vampirella title out of the country. Only the US has this as for 44 issue 44's cover.
Wow, some good history there.
Yep. And then one of the pages ended up going up for sale on Heritage. Ooh. So what do you think the price was, B? Do you think it's up or do you think it's down?
A Vampirella page?
A Vampirella page, and you have Vampirella on it. And Pendragon, I think.
Okay, I think it probably went for a pretty good $1.
All right. You thinking 2? Do you think in 2s or do you think in a 1?
I'd say at least $2,000. Over 2,000.
All right. So you were
there. We go.
Yep, almost 3.
Yeah, that's a good panel too because you get a couple different looks of Vampy. Her looking up, look over that classic look over her shoulder.
They numbered it wrong because they said it's page 10. It's actually page 16.
Yeah.
So it's actually page 16 of the book. But yeah, so we get actually this story. We get 2 different writers. We get a Neil Adams pinup page, famous comic book artist Neil Adams.
Neil Adams, yep.
Yeah, and we get a Neil Adams creature, and we get Neil Adams Vampy.
Yep, the Sandman and Vampirella. She says.
Right. See, this one I would get Neil to sign now I know why people have him sign issue 1. But this other issue, this is the other issue I would have him sign because he has a pinup page in it. If he was still around, but since he's passed. But I'm just saying, if people were gonna get him to sign stuff, this would be a good one because he has a pinup page in it.
Yeah, it's black and white. Kind of wish it, we
Yeah.
kind of got a little
Oh,
spoiled with the color pinup ones in the last couple issues, but this one's
right.
good detail, good line art in it, and
Right.
yeah, crushed it.
Yeah.
Vampy's
Neil
looking good.
always. Yeah. Neil always crushes it, and Neil always crushes it with. It's rare to see him draw females. He draws superhero. He draws a
Yeah.
lot of superheroes, but we get the Vampirella story. We get Dubé. We get Bill Dubé and Gary Bru. Is it Boudreau, right? Gary Boudreau or something like that.
Yeah, Budo.
Brudo, okay, Brudo, and then we get Jose Gonzalez as artist.
Mm-hmm.
So me and B read this first page. You can tell it's Dubé because the way it's written, it looks like a Dubé page.
Yeah, and it's a continuation from issue number 43 where they kind of
Right,
left us off in a
right,
cliffhanger, and
right,
what Adam Van Helsing is he pretty much saved Vampy from the cops from being apprehended, being charged with murder. She got shot in the freaking head,
right.
and
Well, what it says got grazed, so she didn't really. The
yeah,
bullet didn't.
Grays. It does say Grays. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, she got grazed. She didn't get hit. She got grazed. So she got grazed, but
And that's what the sniper wanted to do in the last issue. He didn't
right,
want to actually kill her. He wanted to just
right,
hurt him and then
right.
maybe go back and then kill them. So
Well, yeah. So he did go back, and something that we find out on pretty much on that paper towards the end of the
yeah.
story. Yeah, we find out some more information, and let's just say I don't think B's happy. Yeah,
No.
I don't think he's happy about what happened, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah, we'll get there to the end, but
Yeah, we'll get there. But right
right,
now that we actually get them, they're still in New York. Then they get to Steamboat, right? Something like that. That's
yeah,
it's
Adam's trying to just find a place, a couple hours, maybe a day, just so that they can be safe, so that they can, because right now they're on the run because he's like,
right,
I even pulled a gun out on a lieutenant to save you from the hospital. So now
right,
they're going to be after me as well. They're after you. We need to find a safe place. And then you need some rest because she's coming in and out of conscience from getting grazed from a bullet. She still doesn't know what's right, what's wrong. She's having visions. She is no. So he's like, Adam's like, you just need to get some rest, and don't worry, I'm gonna take care of you. And like you can like really see they got a really good bond here
right,
between each other.
right. They really care about each other.
Yep.
But if you read the first couple where with the Dracula storyline and all the other stuff, I'll send you those other. Actually, I don't even have to send you the other ones because in another week when you read the next that issue, it has most of the first half of her stuff in there.
Okay.
So so you'll get the gist of why they're so close.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but yeah, and then like she's oh like is
Yeah,
it
I know.
really you?
Exactly. He's like, yes, it is. Just get some sleep. And he's like, I'm gonna go and like try to,
Figure
I gotta go find out because he's like, I'm gonna go find out what's going on with Pendragon and
right,
everything, and maybe find us another place, another safe house is what
right,
he's looking for. And then this is where she drifts off to
right.
sleep, and then we get
Well,
another story, right?
I'm excited for you to read next week's because next week is it's a Len Weins led story. And what I love about Len Weins and Dubé, I guess Weins and Dubé talk to each other because the story kind of intertwines with his. So
Nice.
so that's actually kind of nice. So Len Weins one, we find out about some more stuff about the Van Helsings, like they got more money than they lead on. Yeah,
Imagine so.
yeah,
Imagine so.
yeah. But yeah, we get to, and then this part is I think this part is the other writer is Boudreau
Yeah,
or whatever.
Boudreaux, Boudreaux,
Boudreau, yeah. But this could fit for this day and age because the way they have the Spanish lady in it, where they're in Mexico talking about the Mexican lady
Yeah.
escaping from the farm or whatever.
escaping from, they're in America. They like, and then they're just like exploiting them, and her and her daughter, making them work for like pretty much no wages. And there's like so many Chicanos over there. They don't recognize any of them. Their father died, so they're hitching a ride to Mexico. They're going to it's a town I can't really pronounce, but they're going to the La Fiesta of Le Morte, which means the Festival of the Dead.
Yeah, Festival of the Dead. So they're going, and then we meet some other interesting people. But one thing I hate about not that I don't hate about Gonzalez, but all his old villain guys look alike.
They all look the same. Exactly. Yeah. Even the older ladies there, they kind of look like from previous issues. They kind of look the same, but I mean, I get it.
I get it too. But I just thought it was funny because all his fat, overweight villains look similar to his previous overweight villain. I'm like, this villain looks familiar.
Yeah, but you're just using the same drawing that you drew before, but the villains all kind of do look the same. Right. I definitely noticed that as well.
Yeah, that's my only issue with Gonzalez. But Gonzalez's art is amazing. But his only problem was that it seems that he kept on reusing his guys. The females look all different. You notice that, right? The females look different. But his guys seem to look like you said. It's like the Clark Kent thing with friggin' Pendragon and
Conrad.
Conrad. So Conrad just needs to put the glasses on and it's Conrad. But if you take the glasses off, it's Pendragon. So I thought that was funny that when we mentioned it, and then when I went to read it this week, I'm like, why the hell does his big fat villains always look alike? Like the chunkier villains. I'm like, damn, this guy looks like he's from the previous issue, but a different guy. But
I know. I know. I had to take a second look. I'm like, wait, this is the dude from like the other issue. You know, we read so many of them. But it's like, okay. Then you find out it's not. It's just a different name change, and they got like a different agenda that what they're in. Right.
But like I said, I think Gonzalez sped it up on purpose to make it easier for him to get work out. It was maybe, I'll just draw it because it's probably by memory by now. It's easier for him to draw it that way. So, that's fine. So these guys are pretty much Pendragon and Vampire are driving to Mexico. They're talking in the car.
And this is where they pick up. This is where they pick up the old lady from the farm that we just talked about. They want to go to Mexico, and the little girl, which, like, if you really got to pay attention in the story because, like, she comes back into it, which kind of breaks my heart. Yeah. But like, this is like the story really flows good. Right. It's almost like you're reading a damn novel. It's like you don't even need the pictures. There's so much dialogue, so much going on. But it flows really well, and it kept me interested throughout the whole read of this issue.
That's what I did. That's what I ended up doing. I have a app where I can put the PDF in it, and and sometimes if I don't go, I put it in, and we like pretty much hit when it's speeches. It reads it for me.
Nice. So, to try that, just to put it on in the background, to get more familiar with it. I read it twice, and but. I dig the Day of the Dead, but they don't really call it that. It's a La Fiesta.
It's pretty much we'll simplify it for everybody. It's pretty much the Day of the Dead.
Yeah,
pretty
much a festival where they really like celebrate the living, but it's of the dead. Is what it is about, and it's a 3-day event. So we got to remember that because there's some bad guy that's coming up here up on the next page. Looks like so they're on their way to Mexico right here.
Right. And then he's
from another issue, right?
Like I said, you remember what was it? The Mexican, it was. I think all his Mexican villains look alike because because that's what the Mexican villain from the Sun God one looked like.
Yeah, the Huitzilopochtli. Yeah, and even the one when they were in Paris. Yeah, that really bad one. I can't remember the name of it, but they looked exactly the same. Right. This is like, I need a villain. Well, this is my villain character.
Right. I think like I said, I think it's just memory and paste.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
exactly. Yeah.
Like it does speed it up for him a little bit. But yeah, and then we meet these two guys that are belong to I can't remember the cult name. Can you?
Source, the sorceress dancers, the dancer sorceress, something with dancing sword.
Yeah, dancing sorcerer or something like that. That's what the cult's called. It was
Yeah.
a weird name. I thought it was kind of funny. I'm like,
Yeah, pretty much what they're saying is that they can live for eternity. He's about ready to fall off a cliff. He's like the leader of this cult.
right,
This guy comes and saves him. He's like, save me, save me. If I fall, and he pulls him up. I saved you. He's like, I can live forever. I can live for eternity. He's like, well, if I would have let you fall, you can still live. But he's like, yeah, if I fell, I can
paralyzed.
live forever. I'd be paralyzed. Now it'd be torture because I'd be
Right,
paralyzed and living
right,
forever. So I'm like, so, okay, that's
right,
kind of funny. He's like asks them like, so do you want in? He's like, I need blood. And he's like, I don't know if I want to give you any of my blood.
right.
He's like, well, let's go ahead and, rob a blood bank. And he's like, okay, yeah, maybe we can do that. Are you in? He's like,
See,
yes, I'm in. And so this is like the villains, like their story. What they
yeah.
for some reason, this bad guy needs blood because he can live forever. So maybe he's going to do
Well,
some sort of ritual going on with the
pretty
La
much
Morte.
anything, pretty much anything that I see. I was so far that I've seen that they do with in Mexico at all
Yeah.
is sacrifices. Because
Yeah.
if you will remember, the Sun God one was another one that was because they were going to sacrifice Vampirella, but this time they weren't gonna sacrifice anybody. I think there's something with blood, but it's similar idea.
Yeah.
But if you guys are following along with Vampirella and her serum stuff, something pops up in here where Dell, and B always joke around with it, where she's always the serum, the serum, her special serum.
Yeah, her blood serum, dude, always
Right.
seems to be empty when she needs it. What up, Dell?
Yeah, yeah.
Hell yeah, I can't wait to
okay.
see you back next week, Dale. Hope
Yeah,
everything's
yeah.
going well, dude.
Dude, I just thought it was freaking hilarious that me, Dell, and you always bring it up, or them when we started, me and Dell brought it up.
Yeah.
But since it's 6 of you guys watching, if you guys want to play along with this, so you guys only have to drink once this week because she only mentions the serum one time, and it's empty. So
she's like, where did it go?
Yeah.
But this whole issue has a lot of blood in it, like
right.
because like we're gonna get here. Obviously, these characters right here, you're talking about robbing a blood bank, and then here we got Vampy showing up into the border control, the customs, and she's using a passport. I love Vampy here in the Daisy Dukes. What do y'all think about this different attire from her?
I like it. I wish we could get her in color in the newest issues, like in something like this,
some denim too, right there,
or maybe a Wheeljack cover like that.
Exactly right. Let's do that, dude. But the dialogue in is saying like they're in Mexico. It is so damn hot. The sweat just seeps right through your shirt, you know. Right. So she's wearing like pretty much nothing.
So it's so pretty much hot. Like I said, it's pretty much a Wheeljack cover before Wheeljack.
Yeah. Skin tight, baby. It's super sweaty.
If you've seen some of his covers, there's the wet T-shirt one that he has that he came out with.
Oh,
yeah. The I love New York one, and then there's the
Vampy on my
one.
show. Yeah.
There's the Vampy one. There's just a Vampy logo one. Yeah. So it's pretty much a Wheeljack cover before Wheeljack.
For sure.
Yeah. And then we come to find out the Van Helsings actually faked her papers for her. But wasn't faked good enough because the guy could actually tell they were fake.
She's like, I wonder, like all the things, because like if you've been noticing, she goes to country to country to country here, up to here. She's like, I'm just wondering, like, if my Valerie Durrell passport name is, it's been forged by Van Helsing's, and like this Mexican authority guy's like, this paper looks fake. I can tell right away. And he calls her in, but they're like, well, let's see what her shenanigans are here is before we like report her, or let's just follow her. Let's not like apprehend her. Let's just see what she's doing here in Mexico, which I mean, these are like the little side stories. That's what I'm saying. It's like you're reading a little novel, and there's like all these little
side
plot points, side plots that are going on. Yeah.
Yeah, but that one good thing about these is there's always good side plots. So the side plot of this one was that maybe in my head was thinking if she was no, this is before the cops. So never mind. I was thinking. I was thinking.
Well, no, I think it leads up to that because I think he's calling actually the authorities right here.
Right.
Because because it comes back here soon, where it's like you've been in town 5 minutes and you're already starting shit. Pretty much,
right.
You know?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, I just thought it was freaking hilarious. I'm like, huh. I wonder if, like you said, if the papers are that bad. She, like you said, she's been there all over the country. She's been in England. She's been and
Egypt. She's been to Paris. You know.
Honestly, that's Flexman's fault because Flexman could have went, oh hey, her papers, but her papers.
It's good that the writer took that and was like, okay, well, let's maybe she has a forged passport because she is an alien from fucking Dracula, and so it's she shouldn't have a passport, right?
Right.
So it kind of makes sense.
Right.
The writers are doing their due diligently with this story. They really are, dude.
Right. That's what we need now. But the way Christopher Caprice writes, and then the other one writes, that it's more for collected editions. It's more for omnibus editions. That's what I noticed.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna read it, you got to read it that way. But at least these guys, you write it like single issue type style. So that's good.
They've been bringing in the previous. It's good. I'm really digging. I'm probably digging these older runs, these older issues, than I am more of the newer ones.
Right.
Yeah. So what do we get here, Jeff? We get almost a hit and run,
almost a hit and run, and we meet. Yeah, the two villains pretty much speed off from a hospital with blood banks.
Yeah.
They robbed the blood bank. Yeah, the first panel is still the guy talking to whoever he's talking to, probably the cop from in the town or whatever. Hey, maybe something's going on. But there's this other panel says Vampy smells the poorness of this house or whatever
before she even see not the house, but the poorness of the whole city, right, and how rotten it is with maggots, and she smells it before she's even there,
right.
Then she drops off because remember the old lady and her young daughter, they drop her off at their house, and the old lady's like, "Don't worry, I know this house is pretty much trash, but this is my house, right? And if I'm gonna die somewhere, I'm gonna die where I want to die here." And it makes sense instead of working for some slave, beater out there in the US on some sort of cattle farm, and it gives you this a little bit of not nuance, but a little bit of a feeling for this older, Mexican character, gives them a little story about it.
Right.
And all it takes is a couple, bubble words,
It doesn't take much. It doesn't honestly take much about it and anything at all. And then we get pretty much a speeding car that almost takes out Vampy, the old lady, and the little girl. So, Vampy, I guess, not surprised. Vampy's eyes are so good that she caught the tag number.
I know, and she got a peek of who's driving it too, which is awesome. She's like, "Who's this man?" And so, was this a runaway driver? Were they trying to just kill us? Anyways, I got the license plate number of the vehicle and a good look at the driver because man, she's got bat eyes, right?
Right,
she can see everything,
right. And she could smell. Yeah, her sense of smell is heightened and everything else.
Yeah, we forget that she has all these supernatural abilities, kind of like Superman. Right. And but they only hint it to us with little words like this on the bottom bubble.
Right.
But she really does have all these super strengths, and she doesn't. I don't think she knows it yet. Right. In the newer the new runs, we know she's badass and she's freaking Superman, Supergirl.
Right. And then the new. I think I forget if it's in the older magazines or in the newer ones, but she has another ability where she makes people think that she's another person. Not the same character. So
Okay.
I think it happens in these magazines, but I forget. Because I remember reading like what her abilities were, and then there's one of her abilities where
They hypnotize, where she can like
right,
hypnotize people too. I think
yeah,
I remember reading that. I don't know if it was
yeah,
previous, but like
right,
uh oh no, it was in the very first issue. She was trying to
yeah,
hypnotize. The second issue, it was the second issue. She wanted to
yeah,
hypnotize like the lady, but like
yeah,
she couldn't because she needed blood or something like that. So
yeah,
her strengths were down. So when she
yeah,
is low on blood fuel, like
yeah,
her abilities don't work. Even the first issue was flying as a bat, but then all of a sudden she turned into
yeah,
a Vampirella flying. So
right.
it was,
So
I think that's
yeah,
what it is.
so when you when in 2 weeks when you read that next issue, that next where it has all these other issues with it, the rewritten origin story, I'm gonna see what you think of that. So that's actually in 2 weeks in the next in
Really?
40, yeah. So in 46 46.
Okay.
So it's in issue 46, and it's pretty much that because the story went with Forrest J. Ackerman and freaking James Warren. Warren hated the issue one, did not like the issue one, how science fictiony it was.
Hmm.
So he had Jose Gonzalez and another writer revamp it.
Yeah, no pun intended there, but though
Yeah,
I think maybe because like they were really starting to
yeah,
like feed into her character and like, okay, let's maybe give her another better origin story
right,
because
right,
she's probably as of this point right now. I mean, we're usually getting like a 11-page, 10-page
right,
run in each issue, and this one we get about 23 pages.
right, right.
So like maybe they're like figuring like maybe this magazine should be Vampirella because everybody's loving
Right,
her.
right.
She's our moneymaker, right? So let's
Pretty much.
roll with
Yeah.
it.
And then from this issue, because we had the only time they had a male on the issue was issue 25. So it was it's a couple of issues down before they even had another male character show up. That's the other fact about this cover that popped up. So yeah, and then we get to meeting. Actually, no, we go to the police station, meet the corrupt officer.
Yeah, Vampy looking sexy again in those Daisy Dukes, man.
Right.
Awesome.
Daisy Dukes.
Nice cut off top right there, bowed up on top.
Right,
Yeah, different attire from her. And this is where like she's just like, yo, somebody just tried to run us over. Like, what's going on here? And like the
right,
cop is like, oh, you've only been in town 15 minutes, and like all of a
right.
sudden you're giving me problems. It's
Yeah,
like, and she's already sensing that, like, and this is another sense that she has, like, she senses like, evil or somebody trying
right,
to do her wrong or somebody lying to her.
right. And it's like, yeah, well, he's not all on the up and up. She already knew that by just talking to him,
Yeah.
pretty much. And then the local doctor from the hospital runs in and goes, "Hey, blood just got stolen from from a blood bank or whatever."
Yeah, he's like, all this blood got stolen, and then now, like, if you're like reading this or you're watching this right now, you're like, okay, it's a blood bank, who cares? But apparently, here in this country of Mexico, this part of this country, there's some sort of like blood virus that happens to people where if they get this virus, they automatically die like within a day, and so
Right.
they need a blood transfusion.
Yeah.
And to save people. And so this doctor's like, you know how many people are going to die? It's going to take us forever to get more blood. All of
Right.
our good blood is gone already. There's 8 people that died because we don't have this blood. So this
Right.
is a big, thing that's happening here in this part of Mexico, especially in the Day of the Dead, La Muerte, right here, a festival. And it's so the doctor's super crazy. But what does this lieutenant, this cop do about it? He just brushes it off.
Yeah. The cop goes, "Hey, you guys got to get out of here so
Get
I
out of
can
here.
actually do my job."
Let me get out here and do my job. And so like that's what I'm thinking about this story so
Right.
far, because we got these robbers at the beginning of the book
Right.
talking about, I can live forever. Give me your blood. And then the other thief is like, well, let's just go rob the blood bank.
Well,
It's like, okay. And then now we see what happens when all the blood is gone in this part of this country of Mexico,
Right.
is that there's some sort, it's like almost an AIDS virus, but you can't transfuse. You know what I mean? It's a weird virus.
Right.
Like,
It's a
I'll just
bit weird virus. What would have been cool was actually, I actually got an idea for a new present day one, and then if I have this virus pop back up,
yeah,
you know, had this
yeah,
virus pop back up in one of the newer issues. I'm like, hey, she's come across this virus before. And
and
come to find out it's
yeah.
a Draculonian virus. That would be even
Oh,
funnier.
yeah, that would be even great, you know?
Yeah. And
Be
then
cool.
pretty much, our villains are chunky villain look like we like me and it looks the same like from all his chunky villains.
Yep.
But they're talking pretty much, oh man, let's count up this blood. Let's oh, we can rent the other. You know how bad
The
it,
thief guy, yeah.
yeah, you know how bad it is when the other thief is going, hey, we can ransom the hospital for the give the blood back. When the other guy goes, hey, wait, in my head I was thinking, the other guy goes, why would we even do that? We need the blood to do our little ritual or whatever.
They're doing their ritual, and it's like,
Yeah,
he's like, even though like we can get more money, like
yeah,
we won't even give them the blood, but we'll give them a ransom. They give us the
right,
ransom when they still won't get the blood.
right.
And so
Like
like
so
this
yeah, that's pretty. That guy is pretty greedy,
yeah.
and but we find out about this all gold statue.
Yeah, this there we go. It stands the dancer sorcerer.
Yeah,
So yeah, this is that weird name, like,
right.
but come to find out, he is pure gold.
Yeah, all gold. And the main reason me and B are mentioning this comes in pretty much. This comes in towards the end of the book, pretty much the end of the story. Something happens to the all gold statue, so you guys just got to find out what happens when you get a greedy thief that saves your life, and finds out something that your cult has is all gold.
Exactly. And like he's just like, okay, you want to become, pretty much we got to do this ritual for 3 days. It lasts the same time as a La Fiesta del
Right,
La Morte,
right.
and it's the rejuvenation Reich. So they want to we need to use this blood to pretty much like give it to this blood statue. And when you do that, this dancerous sorcerer blood gold statue, then you can get immortal life forever.
I was when I read it, I was wondering towards the end if the statue was not well, we haven't got to it yet, but the thing that didn't happen to the statue, I was wondering if the statue actually came to life.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm like, okay, maybe they're gonna give him them, he's gonna come to life and then
Right,
grant him this,
right.
but
But
maybe we don't get
something,
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
because something happens towards the towards the end because of the greedy thief that saved that guy's life.
So before we get to he's telling them and showing them the gold statue,
Right.
we're like pretty much like the next night is when it's gonna happen. So he's like kind of explaining to him. So the Day of the Dead, the La Morte Festival of the Dead starts, and this is where our two bad guys get a tip off from the cop, the lieutenant guy, the main guy in
Yep.
there in Mexico, saying, we have two witnesses that saw you guys, your hit and run, like you guys leaving the blood bank pretty much. They had your license plates and they can ID you. And the cop hands the two bad guys, the pictures of Pendragon and Vampirella. They're like, here you go. These guys are after you. The cops on the bad guy's side. I don't
Pretty
know
much.
why. Yeah, pretty much.
But
Yeah.
like I said, the cop is corrupt.
He's corrupt.
It's
He's
a
in it for
corrupt
the
cop.
money or something, and maybe
I
he
mean,
wants to try to get immortal too.
pretty much. Or is he immortal already? We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know anything about the cop. We don't know if he's immortal already. But we get to the hospital. Pretty much like B said, the little girl comes up again in these panels here.
Yeah, this is what's so sad is because like
Right. Anybody that has kids or anybody that has a daughter can really
relate to this
relate to this. So
and sympathize to this. Yeah.
Yeah. So like
So
I said,
she shows up, and because like Vampy, like she's like all over this shit. She's like, something's not right. We got to figure it out. They go to the hospital, and they realize that this is where they find out that there's some sort of blood virus that's going out where people need transfusions, and if they don't have the blood, they die like almost immediately. And look, we just have another death. And he points, he's like, oh my God, that is Carmen. That's
right.
Carmen. That's the little girl that we gave a ride here to.
Right.
And it's like, oh my God. And that right there hits your heartstrings, and it hits Vampy right in her damn heart. And it shows you how like human she is, even though she's an alien from Draculone. She's like, oh, hell no, dude. This isn't going down.
Well,
Carmen just died.
If you think about it, her previous life, she was Cleopatra. so she's a little human. Just a little.
I know. I watched that old documentary on Cleopatra just like the other day after watching it. I'm like, okay, that bitch was bad shit. That girl was crazy, dude. She was all about power and money and gold and everything. But yeah, the story really flows. That's what I'm saying. Like you're almost reading like a chapter of a novel, and the writing in this is great because like, yeah, there's a lot of dialogue. There's a lot of reading in it, but like it all flows really good, and it's easy to read. It's not really hard to read at all. It's easy to understand. And when you get to the point like this, like, oh my God, it's the girl for that they gave a hitch ride to Mexico, and now she's dead. And it's like, oh my God. And like Pendragon is like, this world, the humanity, like he can't believe, all the evil in this world. But
actually, I'm surprised he's not drunk.
Yeah, we didn't really see him drink at all that much in this one at all. We really haven't.
Well, he learned his lesson from Egypt. You remember what happened in Egypt when he drove the car?
That and the time when he was trying to do surveillance, and he got fucking kidnapped because he was doing surveillance, drinking all day, and next thing you know, he got taken.
So maybe that's why he hasn't been drinking in this issue, because what happened in Egypt when he drank, him and Vampirella ended up in the hospital. You guys can put that together. See what happened to him. Yeah. I thought that was funny. And so
then we finally get to the La Festival of de la Muerte right here, of the dead. And so Pendragon's like, what? This is so morbid. Look at all these displays. I've never seen all these crazy masks. And like that's when Vampyre's like, no, they're celebrating life, and this is what it's beautiful in a lot of respects. And but then this is when those bad guys are this is when they want to ambush them, right, Jeff?
Yep. This is when Pendragon gets ambushed, when one of the villains, or actually the one she saw, pretty much baited her to go chase after him.
And she's like, I'm gonna go chase after him. You stay here, Pendragon. So they got separated. Of course, we gotta separate them too.
Right.
So Pendragon can get kidnapped, right?
Like always.
Like always.
And this time he wasn't drunk, so he should have been able to at least fight him off. But we don't think he's drunk. We don't think he's drunk, but he could be.
He could be. I love Pendragon, how he always submits. Okay, just take me wherever you want. It's okay. Just don't kill me. Like he's like all right, you got me. You caught me. Okay. And he just goes along with it. And then Vampy, what she wants to do, so she's trying to chase the driver of the car pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pendragon gets ambushed. He gets kidnapped. Vampy's like, I love it. Like, I love this part too, because like she's like, you know what? It's easier for me to find like the dude because there's a big crowd. We're in the La Muerte, festival right here. Right. So she turns into bat form to go and tries and look for him. So that's cool.
Right about here. Turns into a bat. But the funniest one is the next panel after she turns back into Vampy. She's moping and like, damn, I don't got Pendragon. I couldn't find the driver.
It was a wasted freaking night, man.
Right, yeah.
I lost my Cordy. I lost Pendragon as well. And this is where we're getting to the best part. The best part of Vampy, every story where she goes and she's thirsty, dude. She's thirsty.
So she reaches on her armband and grabs one of the vials. My thing was, how did the vial already be empty? That's my biggest thing with that. So exactly. If you guys are following along with us, you guys only have to drink one time. You only have to take one shot this week because she only had one vial. If I said if she had more than one, you guys would have to take more. But she only had one vial. So,
and what I love how the writer really writes this in there because
Right.
she she's thirsty, she needs her vial, and everything will be okay. But then she realizes that her vial is empty, and she knows her bloodlust is going to happen, but she can't do it because of the virus. What if she
Right.
sucks the blood of somebody that has the virus, and then
Yeah.
now she dies?
What?
So,
But she does.
well, yeah,
She
eventually,
does to do it to somebody. But my thing was because same thing. I think it's a little bit of a plot hole because we didn't want to
okay,
bite nobody. You bit the villain. That's and you don't know if the villain don't have. How do you know?
yeah,
He might live forever, but he might have the.
yeah. I know. I kind of sense that, like, because he was dying there. We'll get to it, but when he's kind of like dying at the end,
Yeah.
maybe she sensed that he doesn't have the virus, and that's when
Right.
she goes to town. That's
Right.
the only that's the plot hole. But in my mind, I'm like, okay, maybe she
Yeah.
realizes.
I
Maybe,
just thought it was funny. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
me
But
too. I
yeah.
thought about that too.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Like,
Why are you biting somebody that's from the town? Pretty much, he's the
yeah,
villain, and he can live forever. And the other thing was, who's causing the virus? Maybe this cult is causing the virus. That's what I thought. The other thing was,
yeah, yeah. I didn't really think about that. Maybe I don't know if they
yeah,
bring that up in the future, but that's a good storyline where they can maybe add on
yeah.
to it. Like, there's this virus that's
Well,
going on.
that's what
Yeah.
me and you are for.
Yep. Hopefully they can bring that into play. But
Yeah.
so Vampy looks down. She doesn't have her freaking vial.
Right.
And now where we at here. I'm trying to like look at this.
Pretty much we're at where where the guys are talking, saying, "Hey, we got one of them, but
Yeah.
the girl lost me and whatever. I thought the girl would follow me or whatever."
And
And
he's like,
then
that's fine. We can use the old man as collateral or
right,
a bargaining chip is what we
right.
can use him as if it becomes necessary, is what he
But
says there.
what my favorite part is actually coming up where these two guys are talking and going, the part where these two are talking and go, this girl comes unarmed.
Unarmed by herself. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
Right. And then they underestimate the girl pretty much. And I thought it was funny, but we know she's a Draculonian.
Yeah.
They don't know she's a vampire from a different planet. So they don't know that.
No, they don't. But how does she find him? We find it here on the top panel where she's
Right.
like, I'm just gonna go ahead and go into the police station.
Right.
And she's like, I'm just gonna find. This is so smart of her. Like, I'm just
Right.
gonna go find the motor vehicle reports, find the address, who owns the
Right.
car, their name of the car, and she does. As simple as that. She's like, oh, this godforsaken
So
cop was lying to me.
She's not all looks. She's
No.
actually got brains.
Exactly.
Like all you guys go.
She's a
"Ooh,
detective too. Yeah, she's
I love-
detecting this shit.
Yeah, I love Vampy uncovers, but well, guys, Vampy got a brain. She don't just wear a skimpy outfit.
Smart as hell.
Right.
Like we're talking Superman, even like Batgirl, freaking Catwoman. She can
Yeah.
sneak into places.
Right.
She's like a detective,
Yeah.
and she can be probably, I don't know if she probably be invincible. I mean, she got almost sniped in the head. It skipped her
Right.
head, but
Right.
she's still alive. But maybe all she needs is blood to rejuvenate herself. Like, Superman needs the
Pretty much the
sun.
doctor said last week. Yeah, the doctor said last week her
Yeah,
cells
he's
are
like, I don't
weird.
Yeah, they're like, where is she from? She's so weird. We've never seen this before.
Yeah,
And that's
right.
when Adam Van Helsing's like, dude, she's from Dracula and she's an alien. She's,
Right.
True. Oh,
and he was truthful. He was
Yeah.
truthful, and
Yeah.
they still didn't believe him. So it doesn't matter what they said, what he said. It was like,
Yeah.
it was fun. Like I said, it was funny, man. It's like I really enjoyed it this week too. It's like she actually finds him, and now, yep, this is my favorite part right here. That panel where she's standing there like, and these two are talking, going,
He's like, what's up? They're like, freeze, everybody. A woman? She certainly has no lack of authority or something here. Comes here and but right before that, if you want to go one panel back, if you can, Jeff, I wanted to talk about how he's flying around as a bat form. And if you look at Pendragon looking out the window here in the middle panel right here, he sees her and then he left. Like he knows Vampirella is coming for him. And I thought that was so cool. He's like, oh, he's like looking up in the sky. There's the bat. She's coming. They have no idea that, a bat's
He
following
does.
him.
He knows.
Yeah,
He knows.
he knows.
He knows.
So he's like, okay, I gotta play it cool.
Right.
Eventually she'll be here. And then then we get to the next panel where
Yeah.
she shows up, but before like she shows up all badass, like I'm gonna take you down. She realizes she's able to do that because she notices that our gold statue has been chiseled off and gold's been taken and replaced with paint. And she's like, here it is. This is my
painted rock.
painted rock. So this is my what's she say right here?
My get in.
Yeah, my get in right here. Pretty much. This is what I needed to make my move. And that's when she shows up right here. Again, saying freeze everybody. Right, looking all sexy now with her hip out, her hands on her hip, dude. Looking great. A woman, certainly with no lack. Like, you come here unarmed. I come here to warn you, she says.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what she's warning him about, Jeff.
Yep. Warning him about, hey, one of you idiots is taking stuff off the statue, and
hey, you're about ready to do a ritual for, and now he's not complete. Maybe this whatever sorceress is going to be pissed off because you took half his leg off, right? With gold,
pretty much.
Pretty much.
I would be pretty pissed. I'm a freaking god, and you go chiseling my damn leg off. I'll be pretty mad.
And this ceremony that you're about ready to do will bring you death, not eternal life. Because this ceremony is going to bring them eternal life. But since not, it's gonna take your life and your freaking heads away, right? Because you betrayed the trust of the cult. You betrayed the trust.
We get to these panels here where he pretty much figures out it's the thief. It's the first guy that saved him. That he brought him in. He goes,
ransom note guy and everything.
He goes, well, the cult leader goes to walk up to the statue because doesn't believe her at first. Walks up to the statue, looks at it, and goes, okay. I know who it is, so we're going to take care of that guy first. And they said they hear her scream, and her pretty much when she sees blood, her bloodlust takes over.
And this is where I think maybe she realizes he doesn't have the virus. And they're like, oh, well, he's dying. I'm overdue of thirst. And she overpowers.
Right.
Must feed, she says.
Right.
Must feed.
And she feeds. And then Pendragon and her talk and goes, at least something worse is like Pendragon goes, something worse is coming. Something like that. He said he phrases. I just phrased it easier, but he said something like that.
He always brings some knowledge, like some sort of a phrase at the end of each story, And she's like, just don't worry, Penny. I know. Like, they just, it's the end of the story. They survive.
20 pages of this.
I think it was 7 to 2022, to be honest with you. So I think it was about 23 pages.
Oh, yeah. 23, 21 pages. Because this is the last page. I forgot. It's
like a double. Yeah, it's like a double issue right here. Yeah, that was because we still have the I can't
Bill Dubé's end cap, his end cap, pretty much.
Because it was a bookshelf. We got the first, what happened on the last issue, and then we get her falling asleep, and this is what she dreamt in her sleep. Right. This is what happened, and then now she wakes up.
Right.
And it's so sad though. Like,
she wakes up. Talks to Mrs. Pendragon and hope Pendragon's okay. Pretty much, Adam reassures her and goes, "Hey, he's okay."
He's like, I called the hospital. He's gonna be okay. I checked in on him. But did he not forget about
one person that he forgot that I think it's a plot hole that he forgot they didn't even mention his dad, but we get a mention in the paper, but the writing is so damn small you can't really read it. But
oh man, I had to zoom in on it, but if I zoomed in too much, it got super blurry, so I had to bring it in. I got my reading glasses on and I read it, and it does say that Conrad
is gone,
is dead.
He's dead.
He died.
So I, as soon as I read the stuff in the paper, I'll go, B's not going to be happy about this.
I was like, oh wow. I don't know because Adam doesn't say anything. Like, he doesn't know that his dad's dead. In the paper right here on the bottom panel,
right,
it says it. So it's crazy. Oh, what up, Limelight? How you doing, man?
What's going on, Dusty?
Been a great freaking issue, and
Right.
yeah, it's been.
Oh, there was a Panther issue in here.
I did read it.
Right.
I mean, it was good. Like, you want to talk? We can talk about it for a little bit if you want. We can talk like a couple of minutes, or we can wait till next week to talk about it. But
yeah,
I
we
did
can
read
wait.
it.
Yeah, we can wait until next week. But I thought it was interesting that they made her assistant, something like that.
Oh yeah, they did. And then but see what I really dug about it, they went to Egypt, and like in the Dynamite run, that the 4-parter that they did, she's from Egypt, and I really dug the ending of it because they find the spaceship.
Well, in I'm letting you know, in another 3 weeks, we're gonna get the biggest crossover in Warren history. I'm just kidding. So these two are gonna actually meet, and then
yes, can't wait.
And then we actually get some Fluxman Low back, some lore, because you remember past life, this one was she was Cleopatra, so so something to do with that. That's all I'm gonna say, to entice all of you guys to come back in a couple of weeks to see that one. But it's
you gotta come back, man. Freaking Vampirella, we're talking origin Vampirella, man. We're talking 1970s. This shit is awesome, dude.
And I introduced B to this because B hasn't read any of this yet. So I went, hey B, since you like all the new stuff, hey, let's have you jump in on this older stuff and see what you think.
Awesome. I freaking love it, man. I'm loving it.
So we got some cool stuff coming, because like I said, we're just doing the Vampy story this week, and then when we get our full crew back, when we get the Dell back, we'll go over the Panther and stuff with him next week. But I thought it was really interesting that what Panther found. What you guys got to find out next week. What she found in Egypt.
It was good. It was really good. We'll definitely talk about it, because I think definitely come back. We'll bring in Panther. It is my daughter's birthday, and my older daughter, she kind of looks like Vampirella, dude. I ain't gonna lie, dude. She's very cute, and so 23rd birthday right now, and so we're gonna go do the whole blow out the candles. But freaking man, this week. So let's talk about art. Let's talk about story, Jeff.
Let's go with artwork. I'll give the artwork decent like a 8, because the damn villain looked the same again. That's my only problem with with Jose's art. But the cover, I'll give it a solid 9, because it no vampy. like B's gonna do is say no vampy, so a solid 9 at least.
Yeah, I think the cover. Yeah, I think the cover is like a really great cover art. It has nothing to do with Vampirella at all, as we talked about earlier in the show when Jeff brought his knowledge about the origin of this cover. Again, I think I would, just because the shadow's a little bit off. I mean, the details on it's great. I'll go give it an 8. An 8 is good for me. It's
fair. I didn't notice that about the needle until you mentioned it, and I looked at it. I'm like, oh yeah, the needle is facing the wrong way.
It's facing a little bit wrong way, but great detail and everything. Like it's a great haunted cover. I'm the Haunted Comics, so this is a great haunted cover right here. So I'll give it a solid 8.
Yeah, solid 8. Story wise, I'll give it actually for being 2 people, it's actually a decent one. It's actually a decent story for being two people writing it. So it's actually a decent. I'll give it a solid 9.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm right with you with a 9. It's a solid 9. Easy to read.
Right.
Great follow. It's a lot of reading, but like I didn't feel like a task. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta read this. I gotta read this panel.
What about a pickup ability wise on this one?
The pickup ability, I don't know. I mean, like
you're gonna have to get last week's issue just to read this one. So you're gonna have to at least get 40 for 43, and 44 just so a low 5.
Low 5. I mean, I'd bump it up just a little bit, because we got the bookmark right here. The bookmark of the story from 44, and then we get like her going to sleep, like passing out in a coma pretty much, and then you get that solid story of La Muerte, the festival, and that was a great story. I mean, okay, I can follow that, so that was good. And then at the very end, we get the bookmark of 44 of where it's going to go. So honestly, I would give this story an 8. Because it gave you a little bit on the beginning, but then it gave you a full story in the middle, a long story, and then it kind of gave you what may be coming in next month's issue.
I'll give it a solid 8. I'll agree with the B, because always be always like, I'm always on the edge of the numbers, but you or Dell always can nudge me a little. So it's all because the way you guys.
I had to give you a little nudge there. I'm like, let's bring it up a little bit, because I think it was good.
Yeah, solid read this week. But if you guys are enjoying these, you know what I mean, go hit up like it, subscribe. You guys know the drill. And then B has his weekly thing coming up, and he has a bunch of new stuff coming. Bunch of the old school magazine, Vampy 1.
I got my review of Vampy issue number 1 coming out on Monday. So make sure you go over to BBB Haunted Comics, subscribe, and you'll see that thing.
I may send you. I sent you this week's, but I'm gonna probably send you the annual, and you have to read the other story on the annual.
I will. Yeah, send it to me.
Yeah.
Preston, what up, my man? Press Dog, how you doing, dude?
Appreciate it.
Preston he probably knows more about Vampy than me and you both put together. This guy's the man. Hell yeah, Press Dog. What up, dude?
Probably equal of me and you.
Preston's a big supporter of my channel and on my live, so he's fucking rad as hell. No live this week. I got to do a thing with my girls. My daughter's got a live thing over there at school,
Good.
Got to be a good dad, I got to shut down the live for 1 week and go be a dad on Wednesday.
Of course, man. And then here's next week's issue. We always do this. So here's next week's issue.
Oh man, damn, already 10. The cover's a 10.
Yeah. Well, we get all the other all the artists has been on it so far. And then we get the Gonzalez, and then I'll show you at least the first panel. Here's the first panel. And it's not Gonzalez. It's actually Gonzalez Mayo, something Mayo.
Okay.
But it's Len Wein's story. So
nice.
And then I'll show you another
The Blood Wager. Yes.
Yep.
Damn, look at that.
Yep.
That's so Adam
and Vampy are in it. So you got B's gonna enjoy it. You're gonna, everybody else is gonna probably enjoy us talking about it. Excited to talk about it. But you guys, if you guys have been enjoying it, like it, subscribe it, and all of B stuff is down in the description below.
Go check out Sweetie Candy Vigilante right there. The playlist is there
down below. And then if you guys been enjoying everything, go subscribe to the B, go subscribe to Dell. You guys are on my channel already. So you guys are probably
subscribe to this channel and subscribe to Cantonese Comic Book Kid right now and hit that freaking bell so you know when we go live next week and whenever he puts out videos, because we're always talking Vampy over here on Cantonese
Vampy, Kid anything to do with in her realm. So we appreciate it, and I will see you guys later.